Well, Susan shared with us this morning, our theme this year for our stewardship campaign is Plug In, Let Your Light Shine, or Let Christ's Light Shine. Plug In has been something that's been a part of our congregation for now a couple of months as our home team has envisioned themselves as we went through our visioning process to be builders of the kingdom. One of the things that we wanted to do, and one of our goals for the coming years, was to get more people plugged into the church. Our goal was that everyone would be involved with some kind of spiritual formation event, whether it's a prayer group, a Bible study, or even on their own personal time of reading the upper room. The others was to get more people involved, whether it be on committees or involved with the activities or programs. And so the home team took upon themselves to come up with a slogan, Plug In. Plug in, like you plug a lamp in order that your light may shine, and that Christ may be known. Well, it seemed very appropriate for us as the finance committee, as we looked at the stewardship campaign, to continue this of getting people plugged in. Because we began to realize, as we look over our membership, the more you are invested, the more that you are involved, the more that you attend, the more likely you are able to understand what it means to be a part of the church. And the hope is that the more that you invest, the more you will receive, and thus willing to give and to share with the church. It's that simple. Our hope is that your involvement, you are able to see Christ's light shine so that you see the benefit of not only belonging, but the benefit of being a part of a group that's making a difference in the world. Let your light shine is a very, very simple statement, but so true to us. Because what we have to offer to the world is something that the world does not have to give, and that is Jesus. That is Jesus. Mother Teresa, when she was alive, had such a great following. And she was invited all over the world to come and speak about the work that she was doing and all that she was doing to help those who were dying. And as she got done with one of her speeches, there was a woman that stood up that wanted to ask Mother Teresa a question. She said, to Mother Teresa, she said, there are churches dying around the world. They say that people are losing their faith and their interest in organized religion. But can you tell me what it is that your group is growing? And Mother Teresa just answered, I offer them Jesus. I offer them Jesus. Well, that woman was wanting more. She says, tell me, really, I want to know more. I want to know what it is while other groups are growing smaller, while yours is growing around the world. And Mother Teresa said, I offer them Jesus. Not, this woman became persistent and said, no, now wait a minute. I want to know more. What is it that you do that's different from other groups? What is it that you do that's making a difference around the world? And Mother Teresa answered, I give them Jesus. Finally, the woman just kind of throws up her hands and says, I want to know. Tell me, really, I want to know more. I know what you do, but I want to know what it is. What is it? She says, there's nothing else. I give them Jesus. Jesus is who we have to offer to a world that is full of darkness, to a world that is full of need, a world that is needing to hear hope. See, this world is desperate to know light in the midst of their darkness. Jesus shared this Sermon on the Mount of Beatitudes. It is really one of my favorite places to go in the Holy Land, and I've showed you the pictures. But there on that mount, as you begin to get off the bus and you begin to make your way to the top of the hill where Jesus gave the Sermon on the Mount, you see on one side the beauty of the Sea of Galilee. And the monks that live there The Benedictines have made beautiful gardens and beautiful places of worship where you can go and have quiet time. Our guides usually give us moments to just kind of walk around, to take time to read the Sermon on the Mount, or to spend time in prayer at a beautiful, beautiful place. But up on top of this mountain is the chapel of the Beatitudes. It's a beautiful little chapel. But the chapel itself was built to look like a lighthouse. A lighthouse that can be seen all over the Sea of Galilee. A lighthouse signifying that we are to be the light of the world, and that we are there to offer them hope in the midst of their darkness, to offer them guidance in the midst of their troubled times. And so we as a congregation here in Cedar Falls are to be in the same way a lighthouse in offering the light of Christ to those who are seeking help and hope and guidance. I'm really excited about this, and I want you to know you're the first to find out. But last Thursday night, our trustees voted that a family is going to accept a gift that a family is going to give. That is to put a cross on our steeple and to light our steeple, so that we will look like a lighthouse to all of Cedar Falls. That we will shine lightly in the darkness, so that others may see the light of Christ and know that this is the place that they can come to be cared for and to love. You see, the conversation we had about putting a cross on that steeple and lighting it began in the darkness of a hospital room. And this couple want to offer this gift to you as a way of saying thank you for how you supported them, encouraged them, and helped them. But to also to let Christ's light shine. You see, we have a lot of people who are light shedders, who are shedding light in all that they do and the way that they live. Some are doing it in quiet ways, and some are young and some are old. Some are doing it in loud and boldly ways. As Chris shared in this last video, there are some who are taking the point of wanting to shed that light around the world as we are sending people around the world in doing the work of Christ and shedding light in darkness. You see, that all started with Team Christ, in a vision that we had that we are builders of the kingdom. And part of that was to expand our ministries beyond our four walls, but to help those. And so we have people who are working hard in our community, some with community events and activities, some who are helping at the food pantry. But we also have those light shedders who are working at teaching Sunday school, quietly sitting by the bedside of people who are struggling with illness. We have those light shedders that are singing in the choir and ushering on Sunday morning and playing bells. But all are shedding light of Christ so that we might see.